Hi, this is Cindy, and you can find me at cindycoots.com or cindystamps.com. Today I'm going to show you this real clean and simple card, and it packs a wonderful punch. So let's go ahead and get started. There's a variety of different tools that you can use on this, and I will show them to you, but for my card I'm not going to do it. We are going to be using this great Reason to Smile stamp set, and throughout the month of July, with every $50 purchase, you will pick this up for $5. It's a steal. And it's beautiful. It's one of those great two-step stamping sets that I love. And for our sentiment, we're going to be using Family Reunion, and half of these are turned over right now, but this is just another must-have for your collection. It has everything in it, and I'm going to be using Dad with mine. I like to send my dad some things. And our colors are going to be certainly Celery, Old Olive, Pool Party, Island Indigo, and I'm just going to have some basic black for my sentiment. What I have done with my card base is it's your standard A2 size, and this is 5.5 across by 4.25 down. I have taken these adorning accents are edgeless, and there's 2 of them in each pack, and I use this, and I just put it on the, folded up my card, put it right in the bottom, even it up, and I ran it through my Big Shot, and it cut through both sides perfectly. Just use some masking tape or a stick-it note or something like that just to go ahead and keep it straight. So again, this is going to be very, very clean and simple. Another thing that you can do if you wish to step it up is that now we have these fabulous paper piercing pack essentials, and I'm not a paper piercer, although I have been lately. And there is a pack of 3 of these, and they go with our die cuts and framelits and punches, and you have very good variety here. And on this template right here, I could go ahead and just paper pierce the bottom right here, and you just line up this line at the very, very edge, and go ahead and take your piercer tool and just pierce through the holes, and it's perfect every single time. I better move that up so you can see it. So that's what it looks like. And this is a great tool. That's why I have it out, because I've been using it quite a bit. So to start this card, what we're going to do is I want to add a little bit of visual interest to it, of course, and I'm going to be using, I love these folders, it's the Textured Impression Designers Frames, and how they're set up is that they look like this, and you can put it on your card any which way you want. It's going to fit everywhere, and it's going to go through your Big Shot. I have decided to just leave this alone, and I'm going to go ahead and layer on top another piece of cardstock, and this is 5 by 3 1/8. And as you can see, it fit. I measured it. It fits perfectly in here. And I'm going to go ahead and use this frame right here, and I'm going to turn it this way, and I'll have a perfect circle with some great embossing in it. And I'm just going to go ahead and center that where I want it. And I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. Okay, now I've run this through my Big Shot, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, hopefully not too much. And here is my impression. And one thing about this is that right here my dots are raised, and this is raised, and this is debossed, so to speak. If you were to flip this over, you still have a wonderful embossed frame. Just the little dots or whatever, circles, they're debossed, and this frame around here is debossed, but the inside is sticking up. So you have a choice of how you want to use it. So it just opens up the door a lot more as far as how you want to stamp. So how I'm going to get started is, zoom back out because I am pretty close. I am just going to set this in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our flowers. So what I've done is I've taken another piece of paper and embossed it, and I've cut it out, which is why it looks kind of rough there, and I just put some temporary adhesive on the back because I do want to stamp up to here. And so I'm going to set it down right there. And I should also probably put some temporary adhesive on the back of this paper too, just to keep it stuck to my mat. Okay, now that I have everything cleared out of the way for you, it'll be easier for you to see just on this black mat. What I have done with my faux mask here is instead of putting the embossed side up, sorry, I was re-inking today, I put it down so I have the embossing side up, because if I was to stamp over it, I'm going to have a lot of bumps in my flowers, and I don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to start with a couple flowers, and I think I'm not going to do a lot, because I don't have a lot of working space, and we're going to make it look pretty. I already have everything lined up on my Stampin' Majig, the sheet here as far as where I want it to go, and good placement, and I think I'll just kind of start putting that one right there. And I'm going to leave that one right there. Now what I'm going to do first, put your lighter colors down first when you do two-step stamping. And in this case, it's going to be certainly celery. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that down. And it's a very, very light image, and that's okay, since we're covering anyway with a darker one. Then I'm going to take my second stamp here, and I'm going to use Old Olive on that. Now, I didn't put this on my embossing plastic, so I'm just going to kind of wing it a little bit. Actually, I just might go ahead and do it, play it safe, because everything is always lined up differently on the back. So I'm going to ink that up again really quick. I will move this over. It doesn't have to be dead on center perfect. You can off-center it a little bit like that just to get a different effect and move it up a little bit, which is something, honestly, I think I might do. Because if it was straight over, you do kind of get that two-step stamping effect, but not quite as much. Again, it's a personal choice. So I'm just going to off-center mine just a teeny tiny bit. And there we go. And you can see, I think it's pretty. You can see how pretty that turned out. Now for our next two colors to do the flower, again I'm using Pool Party and Island Indigo. Now I'm going to be using the more solid image with the Pool Party. So we're going to go ahead and get that inked up. Now this one has some edges to it, as you can see. So when you stamp this on top, it's not real important, but just try and keep it close. And I think this will look pretty darn good. Right about here. As you can see, I did not pre-plan my card. So once again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Majig. And put my image down. And remember, Pool Party is a very light color, so that's okay. And then for our next image, again, it's going to be this. And I'm going to go ahead and ink that up really fast. Now I'm going to take my sheet here and put it over it and just kind of get a good contrast to where it doesn't look messy. And I am happy with that. There we go. And look how pretty that turned out. Love it. I'm going to go back to this image here. And this time I'm going to go in this way. And I think I'm just going to put that at the very edge there. Actually, the flower image really would have been best to use there. We're just going to go ahead and do this. And ink up my image again. Now it's going to be half on, half off. As you can see, it's kind of more off a little bit because I do have that right there. But once we go ahead and put down the old olive, it's going to look really great and it's going to turn out fine. Because remember, I can offset it. And you're seeing more hands than anything else. Sorry. These Stampin' jigs are great. So I'm going to offset it down just a little bit so we can get a good image here. And just put it down. And I'm going to give it a good press. There, and you can see how pretty that looks. And I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And since it is temporary adhesive, you can just go ahead and rub it off and it looks really good. Then I'm going to do like another little flower image down here just to even it out a little bit. And this time I'm not going to use my Stampin' jig because I'm just going to put it down. Now remember, you also have these two images in here that you can use, and you can use one of those, this little dot here, and put something really dark on it like Pacific Point and stick it in the middle. So that's another idea. I'm not going to do that. So I just kind of eyeballed where that was going to go. And then I'm grabbing my stamp or my image sheet again. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Move that away and hope for the best because I honestly forgot which side of the stamp I was stamping on. Okay, stuff happens. But I just want to get this down for you so you inspiration, let's put it that way. I am going to go ahead and just use my craft pick and go ahead and lift this on up. And again, temporary adhesive was on the back. Baby wipe that real quick. And again, whatever you do, like I've said before, don't use solvent to clean this off because it'll take your white grid marks right off. I'm just grab a little paper towel, dry that real fast. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put my dad sentiment in, and you may think, God, that's kind of weird, you know, this is really girly for a guy card, but you know what, my dad will love it anyway. So I'm just going to use basic black on this. And I did put this on my image sheet. Cool. I can't do sentiment straight at all. So I'm going to put that right smack dab in the middle. Put it there, turned out nicely. And if you want to duplicate this, do everything opposite that I did. I would put the flowers here and here, and then these other flowers here and here. But I still think it turned out okay, so I'm not going to complain too much. Now you can see my temporary adhesive back there, and we're going to change that and put some foam on the back. And you know I like to... Okay, now that I have my adhesive on the back of this, and again is the foam dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and grab my card and get it centered so you can see it. And then I'm going to try and center it on here as much as I can. And that looks good to me. So there we go. Nice, clean and simple card with a lot of open white space. This down here, I think I may end up paper piercing that after all. So you know what? Let's just go for it. I have everything here anyway. And plus, if you've never used this before, it'll give you an idea as far as, okay, what do I do? So I'm going to line this up with the bottom of my card. And I'm going to keep it down pretty tight too, because it really did need something at the bottom. So you just go along here and pierce in these holes, and it's going to be perfect. Now that I'm almost done, it really doesn't get much easier than this. And I have an idea that this is exactly what the card needed, and I was right. So there we have it. With that family reunion set, tons of sentiments. We have a lot of really nice sentiment sets too. And so you can put pretty much anything in here that you like. I'm not going to doll this up with any pearls or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it this way because I'm actually pretty happy with it. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and you're happy with the card too. So come visit me sometime, and I thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and God bless you. Bye.